Hello, everyone. Welcome. Look,
Hey, what happened to
you
Yvette
always
and
do
Sunny?
that.
Yeah, I don't
Do
see
you
that.
see Don? Who do you see on the screen?
Me and you. I don't see, but I see
I
their
don't know
names.
why we do that. Last week, Sunny was gone.
Hey, y'all.
You got her and
Hey,
Yvette black.
y'all.
Yvette, you might have to leave and come back because it blacked your screen out. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
This
Am I
guy
back?
going. You back, but
No, not the face.
yeah, your
Oh,
face.
okay. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me exit all the way out.
and it only does it when I have to transition. Let's see.
Well,
Let's
hi,
see.
everybody. While we go through our technical difficulties, hope you had an amazing week. Hey, Renee. Now we see you, Yvette Renee.
All
All
right now.
right. Let's see if Sunny popped in. Oh, there she go. There she
Hey,
Hey.
girl.
go. All right. So yeah, my background is loud tonight.
It's
All
okay.
It be
right.
like that. It be like
So
that.
yeah, last week we had relationship talk. We had some good conversation last week.
Yes,
Ooh.
we
We did
did.
get to talk about. We got to talk about those green flags.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Hmm.
so funny because I think all of our relationship talk kind of still ends up circling back around to talking about like them red flags. We cannot get away from the red flags at all.
No.
But it's important. Red flags are important. So I guess as long as people are understanding that we as women pay attention to red flags, hey, that's what matters. Okay. We are no longer throwing what somebody said, dodging the red flags. We not and we not dodge look at them and we gonna say, you can't be here. Nope. Go away.
We're going to say bye-bye.
Straight straight swat them away.
See you
Shout out to
later.
everybody that's tuned in right now. I know we got Facebook, we got YouTube, we got people that are gonna be tuning in from Dawn's page, from Yvette's page, and on my page. So shout out to you guys. Let us know that you're watching and where you're watching from. All right. So this week is our week of mental health. Where Sunny went again.
Sunny, are you
This,
there?
she might have just went to camera or might have just went out. But this is
Yeah,
our week of
yeah.
mental health, and we are talking about a lot of different topics this week. So yesterday was International Women's Day. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit, talk about the feminine
Yeah.
and what that day actually means for women. We got some news we're gonna talk about. We got some nice little topics that we're gonna jump
Mhm.
into. New music. Oh, new sexy man of the week. Yes. And he got his shirt
Yes.
on. He got
My
his
favorite part of the night.
yes, he got his shirt off. um so the first topic that we're gonna dive into is talking about nervous system regulations as everyday self-care. So what does that mean? That's talking about breath work, somatic practices, and different hacks that we all should try. So that's like just meditating, breathing, yoga. One of the things I found for me personally that works really well is guided meditation. And that's basically just I put on some headphones, I block out all the outside sounds. There's this calming voice that just guides me through whatever it is, whether it's, telling me to think about nothing and think about this or take these deep breaths, so that, it kind of takes you out of that. And then also I found something, another thing I found was the sleep sounds. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, let me tell you. I will sleep sounds put me to sleep
Yeah.
fast, so fast. And they are really soothing and calming. And you don't even have to get an app. I know there are some apps that they'll say, oh, download this app. And then when you download it, it's asking you to pay this monthly fee or these things. Just go on YouTube. I go on
Right.
YouTube. I find one of those live channels because they always live. And they're just playing this sound. Sometimes it's nature sound. It could be rain. I can't do the rain because, you know, the way my bladder set
Even
up,
your
I be trying to go
Alexa.
in my sleep. Okay,
Your
so
Alexa will
I
do it too, Lady Bird. Your Alexa or your Siri. The Alexa and Siri will do those sounds too. Yep.
Yeah, and see, I just put it on YouTube and I just let it play till I fall asleep. And it really works. And what it does, it resets your nervous system. It gives your body that reset that it needs. Because some people don't even get to experience that REM sleep. Like that's that deep rapid eye movement sleep. Some people don't even get to that point. So I feel like just learning some of these things and dealing with the things we deal with on a daily basis as women is going to help, you know, with our mental stability, you know, because I started doing it during the time when I needed like some kind of outlet. You know how sometimes you're in a house, you're doing certain things, and it's like the walls are closing in, and it's like I just need to like, you know, you want to scream loud, but it's like I don't want to scream loud, but you want to just find that outlet, and that's what got me into kind of figuring that out. And I love it. Like I look at what's the guy, Deepak Chopra. He has the 21 days of abundance. Love it. I've done it about 4 or 5 different times. That might be something I might look into trying to do again at some point too. But it's a really good thing to do, and it gives you a sense of consistency. Like if you're trying to find consistency in your life, a lot of these different techniques teach you how to have consistency as well. What about you guys? Is there anything you do as far as like breathing, meditating? Like what do you kind of do to kind of reset your nervous system?
For me, I love to go outside and just listen to nature, listen to the birds, listen to the wind. And when it rains, that is my meditation season. Is when it rains to open my patio door, lay in my bed and just enjoy the sound of the rain and just meditate. Or even going to the beach. I love hearing the sound of the ocean, even though I'm not getting in the water. For me, it's nature. I love hearing nature.
I'll go next. What do I do for my nervous system? So a big thing I like to do, I don't like shoes. And so I walk around barefoot a lot. But with that, I like to put my feet in the grass. I like to like just stand outside, take deep breaths. I love looking at the sky, the stars, the moon at night. Stargazing is a huge like stress reliever for me. Working out is a big stress reliever for me. And guided meditations as well. I love a good guided meditation because my brain is always going, going, going. So it's like when they say clear your mind and just leave it at that, it's like my mind not gonna stay clear the whole time. I need you to guide me through that and bring me back and all that stuff. And yeah, it kind of unlocks a few things for me when you are able to clear your mind. So I love doing that as well. Music, yoga, all the things. I'm really big on finding ways to calm myself. So I do a lot of different things.
So the sounds that you were just talking about, Lady Bird, like I actually just started doing that, right? Because I was noticing I was waking up like 4 and 5 times a night, right? And then I would be wide awake at like 4 a.m. in the morning. And I couldn't sleep and I wasn't getting full night's sleep. But I would leave the TV on because I really don't like darkness or quiet when I'm sleeping. Like I gotta hear something. So I just recently, in the last couple of weeks, started putting on my Alexa and putting on like rain, and that has helped me, sleep so much better now. But before that, just when I needed to, like, decompress, maybe something stressful had happened to me, or I was angry. I mean, because let's just be honest, when you're real angry, right, you got to figure out how to take that anger out in a positive way. And so for me, hey, Pedro, for me, was going to the gym, right? And so people ask me, how do you get up at 4 a.m. and be at the gym at 5? Because I know I need that for me to, release whatever stress, whatever anxiety I might be having. It helps me to go to the gym that early in the morning, and it actually helps my day go by a lot better too. But yeah, I just started listening to that rain, and baby, when I tell you I've been sleeping like a baby, I think the dog even been sleeping better because she ain't been getting up in the middle of the night. She been staying in her bed.
It's this app I use called Calm, and it's just got all the different sounds. They got thunderstorm, they got the ocean, they got rain, all different little stuff. So I'll put that on at night too, because I honestly can't sleep without listening to something. I got the fan on, the window open, heat a blanket, and the rain. Okay, I need it all. I need all these. I'm not having a good night's sleep. So I need all of that.
And that's so funny you said the fan, because I promise you, I get cold at night. I'm anemic, and I have a heated blanket. But my partner in the bed next to me has the fan blasting. And it's like, if I turn it off, his head pop up like, what happened? Because it's that sound, like that's his sleep like pacifier. And it's like, man, I didn't realize how certain sounds really affect your sleep patterns.
Oh, yeah.
Like, one of the things that I'm used to the TV on. So it's like when the TV cuts off, I'm like, man, I'm wide awake. Y'all see me online at like a.m. Oh, just scrolling Facebook, y'all. And
that's something we don't think about. That social media, when we have those breaks in our sleep, and when we jump online, it makes it even harder to go back to sleep, because now our brain has started working. And so I try my hardest when I'm having that break in my sleep to not pick up the phone, because I know it's going to be even harder for me to go back to sleep now.
Yeah.
But I'm like you too. I used to have my TV on a timer, but when it would go off, I would wake up. And now that you're saying that, I think that's why I was having all those breaks in my sleep, because the TV kept going off and I was hearing nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I had to train myself to not go to Facebook. So I have a app. I have it's a game app on my phone, and I just go in there and I play like maybe 5 or 6 games of Gin Rummy or something, beat a couple people, and by that time I start dozing off, like, all right, one more game, and then I'll go back to sleep. Instead of, like you say, stimulate my brain to get on social media and start death scrolling, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just be scrolling. Next thing you know, it's gonna be time to wake up, and I'm gonna have no sleep. So yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Oh, messed up.
Look, Rita say the rain. Yes, Dawn. And then Rita said reading for her is something that that she does. Tamara said, I do the sleep sound from YouTube to relax and go to sleep. Gwendolyn says, I love the rain sounds too. I have a sound machine by my bed. I like the ocean. I live a block from the ocean, but the sound on the sound machine makes me go to the bathroom too. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't do water I can't do it in water. And I do like the ocean sound, because that's something I used to do.
It's funny that she said that. It's funny she said that about the sound. Did she say something about it makes her, what did she say? Makes me go to the bathroom. Yeah, what's weird? I can't have any noise when I'm using the bathroom. Like, my daughter will call me and I'll be like, I can't. Like, I don't know. It's like I gotta concentrate. So I don't know how. I don't want to hear nothing. Don't talk to me. The dog better not start barking. You gonna mess up my concentration.
Then it's me, and I got videos just for when I'm in the bathroom. I'm watching that later. I'm like, this is a nice little, you know, I'm gonna watch this later. What they say, right on the throne.
Man, because I definitely
Somebody
be mad when I
said,
forget, when I don't take
count
my phone
backwards
with
from
me. I be
1,000.
like, man, I'm
That's
bored.
different.
Right.
No, I'm bored.
Look, oh, Pedro said count backwards from 1,000 usually works for me. You know what? I'm not even going to lie, Pedro. When I listen to some of those sleep sounds on YouTube, I do that. I'll just start counting. I'll be like, I'll just start counting. And by the time I get to a certain number, I'm asleep. I do that. Yeah. So, you know, that I mean, it's very cliche because, you know, they always say, oh, count sheep or, you know, something like that. But no, it works.
It definitely works. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was a thing for real. Counting sheep, like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you never heard that before?
Yeah, counting sheep. Yeah, I heard it. I've heard it in like shows or movies. I didn't think, you know, really people was putting people to sleep. Like, maybe I should try that. I done tried everything else. I'll probably try that, see what it do for me.
Yeah, and sometimes I do it fast. I'll just start counting real fast to see how far I could go, just counting real fast before I fall asleep. I don't ever remember. I usually get into like, you know, a couple hundreds before I actually doze off. But it's just, you know, something that gets your mind kind of just, you know, zoned out. Yeah. Somebody, Pedro said that Calm app does work. I think that's the app I got on. Let me see. I did download one of these apps.
Yeah,
that was like
for me, just I don't know. Like I can't, if I get it on the phone, it's gonna make my brain work too much. But and I think the reason I can't sleep in silence, and you know, not to get too deep, but you know, I've thought about this before, is because of some things when I was younger, right? And so I can't, like I have to have noise. I have to have noise. I can't have silence because maybe then I'm gonna hear something I don't want to hear. So like subconsciously, that's why I have to have some type of noise. But yeah, the rain really worked. I tried the forest one, that didn't work. It was too many birds for me.
The birds was chirping in your sleep. Yeah, because the birds start chirping and doing little stuff, and I'm like,
you think it's time to get up?
Oh, the one I have on my phone is Headspace. That's the one that I downloaded.
Oh, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
I do love Headspace. I learned about Headspace on Netflix, actually. The real ones, no, that's where Headspace really originated from, but they took off the Headspace stuff that I was listening to. I'm so hurt. But yeah, it was. I love Headspace off Netflix.
I don't remember how I found out about Headspace, but I just was like, let me find something. And I saw it, and I was like, I kind of like this. It does have some features you do got to pay for, but the free stuff is like, it's a lot of free stuff on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hello, Tiffany.
Well, that was a lot. So I'm gonna take away some stuff that you guys mentioned too. I really want to get like Dawn, not wake up at 4 and 5 in the morning and go work out, but I want to work out some. I want to get back into like. Oh, you do? Hush. No, she keep trying to get me to do this deep squat, and I'm like, girl, leave me alone. But no, I do want to start back doing workouts. I used to go and walk. Walking is another thing that I used to love. But that's gonna be something we talk about in our next topic too. But yesterday was International Women's Day. Well, that's observed every year on March the 8th. This year's theme for International Women's Day is, let me see where I'm seeing it. This year's theme was Give to Gain. Okay. Give to Gain emphasizes the power of reciprocating and support. When people, organizations, and communities give generously, opportunities and support for women increase. Giving is not a subtraction. It's intentional multiplication. When women thrive, we all rise. I like that.
I
I
love
like that. I
that.
like that. So yesterday there were so many events, so many posts, and I'm not even gonna hold. I completely forgot to post about it yesterday. I did see posts, I did comment on some things, but just to say that I saw a lot of women celebrating International Women's Day
Yes.
was a wonderful sight to see, especially with all the things that are going on right now. Just to know that it didn't get overshadowed, because you know
Right.
that could easily happen, especially with what's going on right now. So shout out to all the women.
Shout
Yes,
out.
and
Yes.
And you know what?
ladies,
I think I don't know if I mentioned on here that what I chose to do this month, because it's really the full month, right? This March is Women
women's
International
month.
Month. So what I've been doing is every day I pick someone who is a friend, an associate, a family member, and I give them flowers now, right? And so
Oh,
I've been giving them a little shout out on my page every day, just telling them that I see them, I appreciate them, I love them,
mhm.
and I'm glad that they're in my life. And that, the work that they're doing is not going unseen, because, a lot of times the women that get forgotten, I want to say, are the ones who are
Mhm.
not in the big headlines, right? They're not out doing stuff that people can maybe see all the time, but
Right.
they're behind the scenes doing some really hard work. Even, like my best friend, she works every day 12, 13 hours a day, right? And she does this because she wants to make sure that everybody in her family is okay. And I'm not talking about little kids, but she, wants to be the person that can be there. She also, she likes to travel, but she is constantly working. And this lady has been my friend for over 30 years. And when I say she didn't see me in bad times, I'm talking about bad times and in good times. And she's been there through so much stuff in my life, and she has never switched up on me. She's that friend that she gonna love on me, but she gonna tell me when I'm wrong too. And she does it in a loving way. So all I could do is accept it. But I wanted to make sure that I was giving the women their flowers, while they're
Nice.
still alive. Because a lot of times, we don't do that until after someone goes home with the Lord. So that's been my support, and um my giving back this month is going to be recognizing a woman a day. Um, to just let them know that I see them, right? And so that's what I've been doing. And listen, it's been really exciting writing those and posting them, because it just touches my heart. And then when I see the response of the woman, it's just like, it just makes me know that this was the right thing to do this month. So yeah,
That is awesome, Don. I love that.
thank you.
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. So
Mhm.
yes, and I think that's something that we all should, think about. Not saying that, I ain't going to make people do nothing, but I think that is something that would probably put a smile on somebody's face. People don't really think
Mhm.
about just what one little simple gesture does for somebody, especially when they're taking on such huge tasks sometimes. So yeah, that is so awesome. Look at you. You a good friend.
No, and it
Yeah.
ain't just listen. It's different people that I've been recognizing, right? People that maybe I'm not around all the time, but I see what they're doing, right? Or maybe I
Right.
know a little bit of the backstory with them. Like the month is not over, so I still have a lot more days to do. And I'm gonna be just randomly picking even a person that maybe I only know them through Facebook, but I've learned some of their story through Facebook. I want to be
Mhm.
able to recognize those women too, because unfortunately in this time we tend to tear each other down more than we do lift each
Oh,
other up, right?
yes.
And as
Yeah.
women, you said it, Lady Bird, we are stronger together than apart. And if we could
Yeah.
stick together and continue to support each other, we would be a force like no other. Because
Yes,
we've
we
said
would.
this since we started this, that women are some of the strongest creatures on this earth. We bear so much when it comes to childbirth, bearing the family, the brunt of things, the things that we sometimes
Mhm.
go through, and we stick it out because we want to make sure that the family is staying together and stuff like that. So you know, as women, we have to uplift each other, right? We have to be the ones to say, you know what, my sister, I see you, keep going. I'm not jealous of you because you
That's
got
right.
this or you made that. I'm going to clap it up because guess what? What's for you is for you, and what's for me is for me. Right? I'm not going to hate on you because maybe we both was trying to open a store and I couldn't open mine, but you opened yours. Guess what? Congratulations. I'm coming to shop. You know what I mean? So we just got to learn to encourage each other and lift each other up, and it'll make things so much better for us. So that's my way
Yeah.
of trying to uplift my sisters in the struggle.
Right. It does. It
Yes.
makes things so much better. You're absolutely right. When we can come together, and not focus on what this person is doing, what that person is doing, or what they didn't do when you did yours or whatever. Just come together and support each other because we all go through things, and we all need that support, especially from our sisters.
Couldn't agree
Absolutely.
more. I love my friends. I love my girls. They just, it's hard being, because there is some jealousy and stuff out there, and it is, you never know. But like when it's me, it's like as soon as someone does something I wouldn't do to them, friendship, relationship, whatever, that's how I know, and I just cut them off because I don't even want to deal with somebody who I can't gauge what you would do in what situation, or if I'm not 100% sure if you have my back. So it's like my circle is just really like loving, and they pure. They done, in we done been through anything and everything together, so it's like I just love my circle, my community of women, and we always uplift each other. We have different talents, so we're all beautiful, we all young, we all live in life, we all do different things, and we bring different things out of each other that we didn't even know we had in us because we did live different lifestyles, and it will rather learn from each other than put each other down, or be jealous, or et cetera, the way that women could be sometimes. So I just love my little group, and I just try to spread positivity to them. They bring positivity to me, and we try to give it to other women. And yeah, so
Beautiful.
yeah, my
Okay,
girls.
look. That
We
is
empowering over
look,
here.
that's and that is International Women's Day, Shell. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So let's go into our celebrity news, gossip, all that good stuff. Not really too much gossip for this week. I know that Miss Yvette had been watching all of the news and things behind Jesse Jackson's passing, his memorial. I saw that Jennifer Hudson sang. We saw the picture with the presidents. Look, they made sure they emphasized the presidents and the vice
Mhm.
president were there. And so go ahead. I'll let you take over that part because I only seen pieces of it. I know it was held at the Rainbow Coalition
Mhm.
headquarters where they had his memorial and
Right.
everything.
Yeah, in Chicago. So, and it was something that I made sure I tuned in on, being from, Illinois. And one thing that really touched me, well, there were many things, but his son, Jesse Jackson Jr., he had asked that no one brought politics to his father's homegoing service. And as much as I love Barack Obama, they brought politics to it. And the family, that really disturbed the family, and the son did make a statement afterwards, and seeing that, and seeing, Kamala Harris when she made a joke, not about Jesse Jackson, but it was their they took that time to make dabs at Donald Trump. Now, as much as I can't stand Donald Trump, that was not the time. That was about Jesse Jackson, about his legacy. It was his homegoing service. So this was not the time for Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris to bring politics into it, or even to mention anything about this current administration. So that just really kind of set me back a little bit, observing that. So did anyone else watch it?
I watched bits and pieces, but that I did notice that too. But what unfortunately what stuck out to me was when Kim Burrell was singing that song from her phone and
Oh,
still didn't know the words, and the phone rang. And what did she do? She answered the phone.
No.
Wait,
Like,
she answered the
yeah.
phone at the funeral?
Yes, she's
Why-
singing the song, right? She don't know the song. It was
Was it Take
what
Me
is
to
her
the
name
King?
song? Take Me to the King. Tom, yeah, it was her song.
'Cause you
And she's on her phone singing the words,
Googling.
and her phone
Wait,
rings,
if I
and
find
she
the-
answers the phone, and then
Yeah.
tells the person she gonna call them back. She had a funeral, and then commences the like, girl,
Mhm.
like. But
You supposed to not
unfortunately, I
answer
think,
you supposed to just send under.
I think
Matter of fact, it's supposed to be on mute.
unfortunately-
It shouldn't even be ringing. Like,
Yeah, I think unfortunately at a lot of funerals for people who are dignitaries and presidents and or past presidents or people that were in high ranks or stuff like that, it always ends up being that they always use that platform, unfortunately, to take a dig at somebody else in politics. Like I've noticed that when what was the other guy that just passed away? Somebody else just passed away recently, and it was the same thing. But this ain't new. This is what they've done for years, but still it ain't right to do. But seeing that the son specifically made a request like, hey, before y'all get up in here and do y'all remarks, I'm really asking y'all to not, bring politics in it. And then they still kind of did it.
Right.
It was disrespectful, and I love Obama too. That's my president. Will always be my president. Even right now, he's still my president. But it's all about respect and respecting the family, and if that's what they requested, and then they turn, and then these funerals for people like Jesse Jackson, they turn into a show. They end up turning into this show. Like it's not even like really as a family. You were there for 7 hours. Like what funeral do you know lasts 7 hours? Like it's more
Aretha
of a
Franklin.
show.
Aretha Franklin.
I feel like hers was 5 days long, but it turns into a show. You got all the singers there, Jennifer Hudson, Kim Burrell, like all these people there singing these songs, and the people are there to see who's noticed. What is the first thing that the news reporters did? They made sure they let you know who all was in the room. Like, it's sad, but yeah. What is Amanda? I don't know what Amanda's talking about.
Amanda, I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, it turned more into a show. And it was a little disrespectful, but
yeah.
That Kim Burrell, honey. Oof,
yeah, that was something.
I don't know what. I can't talk about Kim Burrell because my cousin had a whole funeral a year ago, and her brother went viral for breakdancing at the funeral and right in front of the casket. So,
Lady Bird, please stop right now. Please stop.
Listen, and I was sitting right there. I was sitting right there in the audience, and my mouth was just open wide, like what? Like he had a portable speaker, and he was doing some break. He was doing a little popping, locking, and all that. And then all of a sudden, when he got ready to walk off, what's the song? Kendrick song? What's that Kendrick song? The one They Not Like Us start playing.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
I kid you not. And they start like crip walking down the aisle, going out the door. I was like, it's all listen, I kid you not. It was all on TikTok.
Listen, all these funerals are starting to turn into these like shows. Like you got the people trying to sing at the casket.
Y'all see?
Yeah, it's like then you got the funerals I've seen in the last couple of years where they got these people standing up, sitting up in chairs.
I'm like, lay me down.
Too much.
Lay me the heck down. Don't be standing me up in the corner.
That's why I said cremate me. Cremate me, baby, because this foolishness y'all got going on.
Oh my goodness.
Renee, I'm so sorry.
That's what
I
I
would
told my kids, Don, is just cremate me. You know,
yeah.
first of all, save the money, cremate me. I don't want people over my body. I want people to remember me as they remember me, not remember me in a casket. Just cremate me, and I don't want no showing out. I used to tell my kids when I wanted to be buried, I would always tell them I had stipulations. When you bury me, my casket has to be white. Do not let the funeral home put me in a bra or a slip because I don't own any. I
Period.
don't wear them. I said, if I'm buried in a bra, I'm coming back to haunt you.
That's real.
Ooh.
And you know
Look.
another thing too, like funerals are not, you know, and I hate to say this because they're not like funerals used to be a time when the family would come together and you know they would love on each other. They hadn't seen each other. People would come from out of town. And now it's always chaos. It's a mess. You got people mad because somebody didn't get put in the obituary as the daughter or as the girlfriend or as the left-sided cousin. And, you know, then the people hold out till they get to a funeral to want to fight the cousin that they ain't seen. Like, it's so much chaos.
Yeah, but
It's
I'm just
chaos.
saying we will be fighting if I get put in the obituary as special friend. I just
No, for real.
want to put that. Look, I better not get put as special friend in the obituary. They always put the girlfriend, whoever the non-married significant other is. You know, they always go in the last sentence of the paragraph. And special friend. I don't want to be. I don't want to be right there. Ooh, goodness.
Yo.
But something else that I saw. Look, something else I saw that was going on was, I know a lot of people love to fly, including this one back here. I like to fly too, but I guess a lot of the airports have been on high alert lately. They've been getting a lot of. I know Sunday, Kansas City Airport was locked down for a couple hours. So just if you're traveling and going anywhere, just make sure you keep a check on your flights. Make sure, you know, I just always say stay vigilant, stay like aware of your surroundings and everything that's going on. That's like the biggest thing that I always do, because I'm nosy. I'm gonna be looking at everything. If something don't look right, I'm staring and I'm trying to figure out what you're doing, what is that. And so, you know, I think everybody,
because the chair is blocking.
Just leave it over there till I'm done. She's trying to bring a whole bicycle path around. Like, girl,
Dubai got hit too, Lady Bird.
Yeah.
Dubai just got hit. They got some of the Americans out.
But again, because didn't they do something
last night? Yep. Last night they blew up another portion of the.
They blew up another what?
Another portion of the airport in Dubai.
Wow.
They shot another missile into it. So I don't know. Whoever got out, that might be the last set of people for a little while, because truthfully, I don't know if I would want to get on a plane in Dubai now, because you don't know if you're gonna get hit by a missile.
I don't want to go. I wouldn't want to go anywhere across the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean. I'm gonna stay right in this North, Central, and South America. And really, you got to even watch South America, because Venezuela got their issue going on. Mexico got their stuff going on. So it's like, man, I ain't gonna lie. The United States is like the safe space. Or I don't even know, is it safe to go to Africa right now? Shit. Like,
no.
Oh,
I ain't even gonna lie. I did just book my cruise to Jamaica and the Bahamas, but
I hope
by that point it's all taken care of.
That's the first thing he said. He was like, "Is we gonna be okay going on our cruise?" I was like, "Man, going to the Bahamas, they ain't coming over here. They way up,
right?
They over there, way somewhere else. They ain't thinking about the Bahamas." So yeah, I'm less than 30 days away. I'm sailing, so I don't know what to say. But
like you said, we got to be real vigilant right now, because, like you said, you got to watch people, because just like in New York City, they had that rally outside of the mayor's house, and those two young boys tried to throw two handmade bombs that they had made. And luckily they and they said that they claim, now I don't know if this is true, but the news said that they were inspired by what you call the people? Inspired by whatever that terrorist organization is.
Oh, you talking about ISIS?
ISIS. They were inspired by ISIS. But the crazy thing is, you know, as all of this stuff is going on, right? And you know, we like, oh, flying is dangerous and stuff, and you got to be vigilant. You really do, because we cannot forget that there are people that have made it into the United States that have hate for the United States. And they're in all parts of the United States. And as much as the government want to think that they know about everybody, there's people that are around here that they ain't said nothing to nobody, but it's like a clock in their head. And when they get the signal, whether it's a heart on the wall or a text that says, it's time, you know, whatever, they gonna do whatever they gonna do. I even believe, like, you know, the United States, not to get too far into this, they keep talking about how, oh, we got all of their nuclear bomb places. They don't got any more nuclear bombs. I don't believe that. Y'all got what y'all knew. Just like we think people don't know everything about us. No, listen, I just be vigilant about everything. You too, Pedro. Thank you for coming.
Thank you,
we just gotta be vigilant. You gotta watch everything. If you get a feeling in your stomach to say something ain't right, let somebody know or get out of the way.
Get out the way.
Yeah.
Heavy on the get out the way.
Heavy.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, I stay
now
out
the last what'd you say? You stay out the way, Chad?
I stay out the way.
The last news story I wanted to talk about, this is something that I saw the other day, and I was kind of like, it's one of those moments where you hope for a good outcome, but it didn't turn out that way. But I did want to share it because this is Mental Health Week, and this is also a part of what we discussed. So, you know, bullying with our kids is a really true, real thing.
Yeah.
Like, you is listen to them, understand what they're going through, not just off and like, oh, telling an adult is not always going to be the thing, because you tell an adult and the adults don't do anything. So it's always good to know what is going on with your kids. There was a young lady in Douglas County, Georgia, which is like outskirts of Atlanta. Sadly, she passed away after a fight with another student. So the police launched an investigation after Jada West, which is the young lady's name, of Mason Creek Middle School, was rushed to the hospital following a fight. West reportedly was able to stand up after getting knocked to the ground during the fight, but later fell to the ground again as she tried to walk away. West was then rushed to the hospital due to brain trauma. The fight reportedly happened off campus. And this is quote unquote tragic end for my granddaughter dealing with being bullied, and she passed away today about 3 hours ago at the Children's Hospital in Atlanta. And this was what a family member said on TikTok. The incident happened this past Thursday when all the kids got off the bus, to the point my granddaughter was not able to get home. So it led her to fight in order for her to break free. But unfortunately, it led to her final days in the ICU. And there's also, there's a video I did post it on my page. The mother is on there talking, and the mother is basically, what she's saying is, when did we stop having love and compassion for each other? Like, in so many words, that's basically what she's saying. Like, when we become so hateful, that why are we not teaching our kids to love one another, to not bully, to not, do these types of things? I personally have witnessed, and I've been bullied. I've seen other people been bullied. So it's like, what are people actually really teaching their kids about bullying and the dangers of it? Because now, because of her passing away, and of course, this is the age of technology. So I'm pretty sure a lot of teens that were around during this incident have this on video, because there's a part of the video that I've seen already on social media. And so there are going to be consequences behind the actions of these children that caused her to fall and hit her head.
As it
And
should
now,
be.
yeah, and their parents are going to have to deal with that consequence of their actions. So it's like, to avoid it, why not just teach our kids to not do these things, to be kind to one another? Like, bullying is so wrong on so many levels. What is it that somebody has done so bad that makes you just want to say, oh, I don't like your shirt? Like, sometimes it's simple stuff. It could just be somebody not wearing name brand shoes. What does it matter if they don't have on Jordans? That shouldn't matter. Clothes are just clothes. But it gets down to where it's just stuff like that. And so this young lady, unfortunately, did not survive the injuries that she sustained. And that just made me sad seeing that, because I was like,
Yeah.
man, I hope, that she was able to pull through that. But man, so I hope that actually make sure that their teens and their young kids pay attention to this stuff.
Yeah.
Because not only is it happening to where others are taking their lives, they're taking their own, from bullying, and we see that a lot too. And so it's
But it's just like that
that's
other situation with the girl that was pregnant and her little kids, and all the little young kids was like 12 and 11. Remember, they jumped the
Oh
lady, she was
yeah.
pregnant, and she
oh
tried to her son.
yeah,
Oh, the one in
yeah,
Chicago,
You know,
It
yeah.
was in Chicago.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
yeah,
unfortunately,
She wasn't
it's
pregnant, but
like,
she had a lupus or something, I believe, a sick illness or
yeah,
Yeah.
something.
Yes.
right,
Yeah.
right.
but unfortunately, the the time that we're in now, like back in the day when I was younger, bullying, it never led to, I mean, I guess sometimes, but the majority of the time it was just maybe like some name calling, da 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 da. But now it gets to the point, like you said, Lady Bird, that people are like, for likes and views on social media, because instead of people trying to help, even
They're
adults
recording.
are pulling out cameras. Nobody's trying to break these things up to the
Mhm.
point where somebody doesn't get that hurt, right? I'm so sure that there was adults around. There was a bus driver. Why didn't you get off the bus?
Mhm.
And people don't have compassion, like you said, anymore, adults or children. The children that are being raised up now, it's a different type of raising, right? We got babies raising babies for real now. And so they don't know how to train their children, because maybe they weren't trained properly, right? On how to do things and how to handle anger and how to handle a dispute. Nobody knows how to communicate and use their words. And so for me, I don't care how old they was, even with them other kids, people was like, oh, they're just kids. I was so glad when they said that they were all getting charged. And I hope that every child that was there, I don't care how old they was, if they stood there with their phone out or they put their hands on that girl, I hope they all go to jail and be up under the damn jail for the rest of their life. Because until they start getting consequences, nothing is ever going to change. And I'm sorry, I know it's like, oh, but they're kids, they can grow out of it. No, I don't. Listen, enough is enough. Unfortunately, they got to be the ones that get the consequences, so that maybe the ones coming up behind them won't do it. But until they
Yeah.
start getting held accountable properly, it's going to keep happening, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So that's
Yes.
just my thought process on it. I hope they get convicted and sent under the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very tragic. I have a 13
Unnecessary. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I have a 13-year-old granddaughter, and those are the things that I tell her as well. Forget what other kids are saying or what they're doing. Your actions, the way you respond to things, is what's important. And it's really sad, that situation and the bullying and everything that, but it starts at home. Talk to your children. It's a very, very unfortunate and sad situation.
And
I
it's
just feel
sad
like
that
nobody should be dying from bullying. Like, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's one thing to tease, because kids be kids, and it's like you could tease and then learn that that's wrong. You feel me? But it's another it's another level when it's so bad that people are dying from it. Like it's just too, that's just too deep. Like it's just
Yeah.
not, it should never be that serious. And like Dawn said, like that's something you gotta be, because obviously you was taught that that's, you're not gonna get out of that until you get consequences for it,
Mhm.
because you was taught it was okay apparently. You keep doing it. You know, I don't know what the school system had going on. I don't know if it was something that was enabled or something that was ignored or what, but it wasn't something where you got consequences for it and it just kept escalating. Like that's just ridiculous. I'm someone who was bullied before, and you know, it, high school, middle school, whatever the case may be, and it was like
Mhm.
it could have escalated to that, you know, if there weren't people in my life that prevented those things. So it's just like where are the parents at, where are the people at for the school, case managers, you know, counselors, and just like doing their job, even the people who are bullying, because it's one thing to talk to someone who's being bullied. Oh, you know, you need therapy, you need this, you know, oh, don't believe what they say, da, da. But what are you saying for the person that's doing the
Right.
bullying? You know what I mean? Like it don't even always have to be a consequence. If you catch it early enough, you can reroute what they thinking, you know, you can reroute. But because a lot of times it go under the radar and it just festers and festers and festers. Yeah, like you gotta be locked up after that one. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
like that's what happens. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
just be taking people's lives unnecessarily though. Like that little girl could have been living her whole life fully, you know, because school isn't even forever. That's something too. I realized, like, as at 25, I just be thinking like, part of me would go back to high school and live it all over again, because it's like I, now that I see that I'm not gonna be there forever, like I wish I was just carefree. I wish I didn't care what nobody thought. You know, I just wish I was just going to school, having fun, being a teenager, you know, and just living my life. Because you, when you get older, you just really realize like school is the lead, like that you got jobs and bills and all the rest of the
Mhm.
world now. Like it's not that's not the only thing. The school walls is not it. After you graduate, you got a whole life ahead of you after that. You know, and it's just like some kids, they just think about school, these four walls and going to school every single day, and you see the same teachers, you see the same kids, you see, and it's like that's their world. But there's more past that, you know, and I think being taught that too will kind of help with kids these days and stuff, to know it's not the end all be all. Like high school, middle school, elementary, whatever the case, it's not the end all be all. There's a whole big world after this, you know.
Yeah.
Act accordingly. Like, and now y'all finna be locked up. Now you're not even gonna be able to understand the whole world and do all the things that you want to
Exactly.
do, and neither is the little girl.
Right.
So that's on both of y'all. You know, it's messed up.
Right. Yeah.
And
Because
even
I
when
had
you
to used to
said
tell my
about,
daughter. Oh, my
no,
bad,
go ahead.
Don. No, I was gonna say I used to have to tell my youngest daughter, like when she be online playing with game, playing on like Roblox and Fortnite with certain kids, and they might bring friends she don't know, and those kids might be doing stuff, saying stuff, being rude. And the first thing she was like, "Mom, you need to tell them to stop." I'm like, I need you to understand, I'm only your mom. I
Mhm.
I can say whatever I want to this other person's child, but that don't mean they're gonna listen to me. They don't know me.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell you, if somebody's being rude to you and you don't like what they're saying to you, you don't have to play with them online, in person, wherever. That's
Wherever.
your choice. And so she had to learn that, because she used to always come to me, Mom, they saying this and this. I'm like, you have a choice. You don't have to play with that person. And once she figured that out, she understood that. But yeah, we got to talk to our kids and make sure they understand what, they can set boundaries. You don't have to be an adult to set
Yeah.
boundaries for what you will allow for someone to
Absolutely.
do to you. So you got to
And
make
that's
sure
the
they
same.
understand that.
That's the same thing with my granddaughter, Lady Bird. Her getting into a little squabble with these girls and them saying nasty things to her. My daughter seen like some texts that was going back and forth. And she was like, "Why do you want to keep being this little girl's friend? She's being mean to you, like, and she's saying nasty things to you, and she's calling you names. Like, that's not your friend, and you don't have to be her friend anymore." And it's crazy, we got to teach our grandkids and our kids that nowadays. But Sonny made a comment too about reprogramming somebody if we catch it early. But the sad part about it is maybe the school catches it, right, and they really are trying to be on point with it, right, like early, maybe first grade, they see these things that are coming up.
Mhm.
If the parent ain't on board, it's nothing that can happen. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
a lot of kids have parents that if you
Enable.
say something, you say something to that kid, the parent gonna wild out, and the kid is, I don't know, it's just sad, right? It's just really sad. And even, as I was saying what I was saying about the other kids, I'm sad, right? Because like you said, now that's how many children that have basically lost their life.
Right.
Not one physically is gone, but the other ones are basically have forfeited their life too.
Yeah.
And if they had any chance of being turned around, Sonny, right? It probably ain't gonna happen now, because if they go to jail for 6, 7, 10, 15, 20 years, they gonna come out worse than what they went in. They gonna have habits.
Yep.
And so, like, my true belief is, when we get lost the point of it took a village to raise the kids, and everybody was like disciplining each other's kids, and you knew not to go down the street acting up, because if Miss Mabel saw you, she was gonna whoop you, then she was gonna take you home, and then your mother was gonna whoop you because she was in the streets embarrassing her, and Miss Mabel had to bring her to your house. When that stopped happening, when we stopped being able to discipline our kids physically without us being charged with all of this stuff now, that's where I'm sorry that, my oldest daughter, she's so funny. She be like, I know what's wrong, Kingston. He ain't never got no whooping. I said, beat him. Because listen, at a certain point, listen, my grandson, he know how far to go with me. Because I'm like, forgive me, Lord, I'll take out all 8 of them. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
What they say, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Spoil the
There's
child.
no spoiled kids
And I'm not
around
saying
here.
that I'm abusing them, but you're not gonna play with me. I am the adult. You are the child.
Children need discipline.
Listen, and them games, that Roblox, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. These games are ruining our babies. They really are. It's just ridiculous. I'm getting mad thinking about it, so I'm gonna stop talking. Woo-sa.
Why woo-sa?
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
But
what else we got? Let's go into our next topic. So keeping it with our mental health week, the other topic I wanted to talk about, and ignore the dog in the background. It's the dog and the kid playing. Connecting mental health to daily habits. So like Dawn does her exercising, or having like extracurricular activities, playing, unplugging, and then also thinking about why those small wins matter the most. Because I don't think a lot of people think of those as like wins. Like, I'm pretty sure when Dawn get up every morning, she's like, man, I don't want to move, but I gotta go to this gym because I done done this commitment. And for you, Dawn, that's a win. Every morning that you get up and you go to that gym and you do however long you do, that's a win. So those small wins matter. And like I said, like me, I want to start back walking and doing my little exercising. I like either walking outside and getting that fresh air, or a treadmill. And even just doing, like when I mentioned like the extracurricular stuff, that's just like, how like family might get together and have games, or just going to the park with the kids, throwing the ball. If I'm feeling energetic, I might bounce the basketball around a little bit with it, or something like that. Just something that's going to keep me active, because that takes all of the stress that's on your mind off when you do these things. You don't, especially kids, they definitely know how to take all the stress away, because they just going to have you on 10 toes at all times. So you don't really have a chance, and unless they doing something that's gonna make you stressed. Like, don't get too close to the edge or whatever it is. That part, you know how we get to when they say you on my last nerve. Now then, now it's time for you to go somewhere, because now you a part of the stress. But even unplugging, because let me tell you, I can't wait to go on this cruise. I'm not getting a Wi-Fi package. I'm not FaceTiming nobody. I'm leaving instructions. I'm leaving everything you need to take care of some kids while I'm gone, because for 5 days I am unplugging from everything. Nobody gonna be able to reach me. I'm so serious. Like, I can't wait. I can smell the unpluggingness of unplugging.
Oh, girl.
That's because the only
And-
little bit of unplugging I get now is if I go in the room and close the door. That's it. Or go to the
Oh,
bathroom. That's like the smallest unplugging
yeah.
because I homeschool. Now I'm getting ready to homeschool 2 kids, send one to
God
school.
bless you.
And then, so it's like, yeah, I'm ready to unplug. So whenever you
Mhm.
find those little things that you can create into your daily habits, I say
Yeah.
do it. Even if it's just painting or drawing, because my oldest daughter, she has a whole sketch pad. She'll just, sit there and just start drawing stuff. Um, even as simple as music. I always talk about music because I'm a music junkie, but just listening to certain things. Like I created a whole playlist on my YouTube because I don't know. Sometimes I like watching the visuals too. And I'll
Mhm.
just go and I'm like, okay, yep, I want to just listen to some R&B. And I'll just go and play one of my little playlists that I set up and it'll just go through those songs. I know what song coming next every time because I done played it a million times. And I just unwind. And sometimes you gotta do that. And if you gotta get you a little glass of, non or
Whatever.
included beverage, do that.
A smoothie.
But yeah, look,
That is important. That
yeah,
is
it's very important.
having a way to release.
Yeah, it's
release.
very, very
And
important.
it's called
Yeah,
harm reduction, right? What you said about, getting up, even if I said I wanted to do 5 days, if I make 2, that I have to recognize the small wins.
right.
You said you wanted to possibly start walking more, or maybe getting the
Mhm.
treadmill or something. Listen, even the thought of it, okay, that's okay. We on the journey, we on the path, right?
Mhm.
And me and one of my friends was having a conversation the other day, and I was like, I'm noticing some things. I need you to cut back and pull back. And she made me realize, like, listen, you have to understand that there is so much stuff going on right now that I have to be strategic on how I get my de-stress time and what that pertains to and how I do it. I hear you, but this is how I'm de-stressing. This is how I'm making sure I don't lose
Mhm.
my mind in the moment. This
Right.
is how I'm dealing with certain situations. And it just made me understand that everybody is different on how they deal with stuff. Right. So just
Everyone.
because
Yeah.
I could say, okay, I'm not going to do this no more because I'm just not going to do it. It's not the same way, but recognizing those small wins, right? And so for me, I recognize a small win with her because we were able to have this conversation, right?
Mhm.
Now, before we wasn't able to have that type of conversation. So to me, that was a small win. Like, okay, well, I'm getting her talking about it. So, it is what it is. But that unplugging, Renee, is really important. And my last cruise I went on, I said I wasn't getting the package, right? But I was so freaked out that I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss something on Facebook. I didn't do it. But my best friend, she refuses to get the package. She like, whatever is happening, gonna be happening when I get back. I'll see them when I get back. If it's that much
Mhm.
of an emergency, they know how to contact Carnival Cruise Line for them to reach out to me. But other than that, they not, or when we port, I'll check my social media then. But other than that, I'm gonna enjoy my trip. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for you, Lady
Yeah.
Bird, to have those 5 days that you can just relax and not worry about what's going on in the world and just have some peace and just some enjoyment and some adult time, So I'm excited about that for you. Hi, Verna.
Yes. Hey,
Well, I always say
Verna.
that
Yes,
done is
and
better than perfect. Yeah, I always say that done is better than perfect, y'all. Cause oh my god, my procrastination be so bad when I don't know how everything is gonna work out. Sometimes I just don't do it at all. I'm like, I don't know. So I just been telling myself done is better than perfect, and I give myself a lot of small wins, and I don't care because I'm working on me every day. Only I can work on me. Nobody can work on me for me. So it's just, yeah, you got to give yourself the small wins, even if and you got to give yourself grace too. I mean, people make mistakes, and
Right.
it is what it is. You got to give
Yeah.
yourself grace and just take it one step at a time, and it's a journey. You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be hills, there's gonna be rocks, there's gonna be, it might be a little puddling on the way. You never know. Like it's just take it for what it is, girl. Keep it pushing. Like you can't you want to have structure, of course. And I try not to. I used to think that giving myself small wins or giving myself grace was me like giving myself too much lenience. Almost like I was gonna abuse it. Like, oh, I didn't do it today. Because in the past, it's like I didn't do it today, and then I didn't do it ever again. But when you're on a journey and you're really dedicated to it and things like that, you start to realize that like every day's not going to look the same. You know what I mean? And you just got to keep your head on straight. You got to keep your goals intact and keep them in your sight as you go on with your day and stuff like that. So now I'm not as hard on myself. I think that's why I would stop doing stuff too, because I was just like, oh, I didn't do this today or all week or whatever the case may be. And then it's like, well, you was busy all week, girl. Or it was, you wasn't mentally in that space. Like just give yourself that room to do what your body needs, but you're still on track. Like some people might think they're not on track because of that, but it's like you might have went off what you're usually doing, but you're not on track. You don't have a different journey. You're not way off course or anything. It's just every day might not look the same. So that's something I've just been telling myself.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
have
true.
been in my small win for 2.5 years now, which actually turned out to be a gigantic win since I sold my businesses and was able to retire and just enjoy doing nothing, whatever I want to do. If I want to stay in bed all day, because for many, many years I put everything into my businesses. And I'm just still enjoying the win. And now I got this new grandbaby, and that's another win. So those small wins are everything. And we say they're small, but they really aren't. They turn
Mm.
into being gigantic win, the win that we needed, and I needed that win. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I have finally have a stress-free life, no drama, and I am enjoying it.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Took me a long
Absolutely.
time to get
I'm
here.
still, I'm
It
still,
took
wait-
me
I'm still waiting for a totally stress-free life, but my life is less stressful than it was 5 years ago. And I think something else too, we got to remember to not beat ourselves up when we are putting ourselves first, right? I have a
Mhm.
new motto for my life. If it does not bring me peace and joy, I can say no, and it's all right to say
Mhm.
no. I don't want to
Yeah.
do that. No, I don't want to stay here. No,
Yeah.
I'm going to leave. No, I'm not going there. It's okay to say no.
Mhm.
It took me a long time before I was able to be okay
Mhm.
with saying no, because I was a people pleaser for a long, long time. But yes, right now, today, Dawn is the most important person to Dawn. And I'm
Mhm.
always going to put me first, right?
That's
I'm
right.
always going to put my peace of mind first, my ability, my physical, my mental, my emotional first. And once I know where I stand with it, then I can take in everybody else's. But it's okay to say no. And some people will be like, oh, you being selfish, or oh, you
Mm-mm.
ain't serious, or oh, you thought it was a joke when you did it. No, at that moment, that's how I felt. But it's 2 days later and I've changed my mind. And guess what? I have the right to change my mind.
And do.
And it's okay. And so that's my small wins. When I don't beat myself up when I say,
Mhm.
no, I can't be your taxi this week because I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Because I just don't feel like it.
And I
You
love
know,
saying
people,
no. I love when I say
yeah, they
no
want
because
you to give them
they
a
be so
reason.
shocked.
My
You
reason
ever
is
look
I
at
don't want
somebody's
to.
face? You ever look at somebody's face when you tell them no and they ain't used to you saying no? I be like, ooh,
Mhm.
it be feeling good.
My people
Yeah.
used to me
Or
saying
they
no
want
because I hate overexerting and overextending myself because I have too much going on in life. I'll be quick to tell somebody no and don't be
then
feeling
they
no
want
way
you to
about it.
they want you to explain, well, why? Because I don't want to. It's as simple as that.
Right.
It's no
That
less,
why
no
be
more. I
hitting
don't want
everybody.
to.
Right.
I don't want to.
She
Exactly.
don't want to, y'all. Dang, that's enough. And
That
that's
be the
enough.
first
That's
thing
explanation
they say. Well,
enough.
why?
because I don't want
I don't
to.
even tell them that. I just say no and be done with it.
Another thing that I started living by like last year-ish, if it doesn't make me smarter, healthier, or richer, hey,
Come on
I don't
now.
even, it's not even worth it. And that go for anything. That go
Mhm.
relationship, friendship, business, go for everything.
Mhm.
Yes. Now that's a good little motto. Now
Yeah.
I got a win for all of us. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for
Mhm.
our win?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we have been doing this consistently. We going into our second month. Ooh.
Really? Come
Mhm.
on now.
Yeah, we're going
Woo!
into. We already completed one full month. We're going into our second month. We have over 300 Facebook followers now. So listen, if you are watching this and you haven't started following the 1 Hour Girls Talk Facebook page, go follow
Please
it
do.
now.
Go for
I have
it.
invited my
Yes,
whole
yes,
friends
yes.
list. I have sent the invite to everybody on my friends list, I think. And if I didn't, I'm gonna go back and do it some more.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna do
So
that now.
yeah,
Yes,
and
yes.
so make sure you go also and follow the YouTube channel. We're live on YouTube right now on our 1 Hour Girls Talk channel. Eventually you're gonna see it live on the 1 Hour Girls Talk page. We just had to wait for 60 days before Facebook lets us do that part and go live.
Mhm.
But it's coming. We're gonna be live on there as well.
And follow
What
each
else?
one of
What's
us. And
Yeah,
follow each.
follow us. We
Right.
all have our social media pages. I know I've been like definitely slacking on my what I usually what I usually do. Hold on, let me see.
While you doing that, I want to say
All right, so
shout
we
out to everybody in the chat that are just saying hi to us. Lady Bird, you got Nico who said Happy International History Month. Hey, Nico. Verna Lee says she
hey
learned
Nico.
no at 57.
Okay.
Hi, Emily.
Never too late.
My daughter hopped on.
Hey,
Hey,
Brianna.
this is my twin. But hey, everybody, thank you for jumping on. Hey,
Hey,
there go my best
Shauna.
friend I was talking about.
Hey, Shauna.
That's my
Okay, best friend.
Hey, bestie.
All good
Go,
things.
best friend, go. So here is Sunny's on TikTok. Sunny has a Facebook page. But here's Sunny's TikTok. You can follow. Let me find the next name. We got Miss Yvette Renee. You can find her on Facebook as Yvette Renee. She also has her YouTube channel and a whole.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Where'd you go? So, Missy, there you go. You came back?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's probably because I'm trying to click all these tabs. So we got Miss Yvette Renee on Facebook and YouTube. And then we have Dawn, Miss Dawn M. Trotter. I remember Dawn Facebook name used to say Granny Dawn.
Granny Dawn. I had to change it so I could get that blue check mark, baby.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was why, because that thing stayed Granny Dawn forever. That's how I knew it was. I was like, that's Dawn page right there, Granny Dawn. And then Miss Sharon is not with us tonight. She is still at work, but she is cheering us on. So shout out to Miss Sharon as well, you guys. All right, so we do not have a sip and spill letter tonight. However, if you want to spill your tea and you want us to sip
it
while we read it, you can always send us an anonymous message or email with all your business, and we're gonna talk about it.
We're
not in a
talk
bad
about
way,
it.
though. We're not gonna talk about it in a bad
But
way.
we
But
ain't
we
gonna
will read
disclose
it.
your
And
name.
yeah, we're not gonna tell who you are. We're just gonna read it, give our thoughts on it. I feel like it's a little girl talk. Little girl talk. That's what we're gonna do. Give you some girl talk.
Yeah, especially if you don't have nobody to
can
hash
send
out the
that.
problem. As you know, last week we talked about a letter from a woman who what was she did she was he cheat? What
Man, she rolled up on that man.
oh
She
yeah, she
went up
rolled
in
up
that
on him
man's
with him
bed,
being with another woman.
and that man
Mhm.
was a player from the Himalaya.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
okay.
So he thought he had
Mhm.
9 women. Like
9 of
nine.
them.
9?
Not
How
one,
you
not two, not
juggling
three,
9
but
women
9.
is
Yeah.
crazy.
If it, Missy
Like, how you juggling 9 women is just, I don't know.
Ooh.
That's why I never could understand cheating, because it's like, you got to remember what this person like. You got to remember what you said to this person, what you said to this person. Like, that's
And
too
where you
much. My
told
brain
that
can't
when
do
you
it.
was at, and where you said you was at this time, and why you wasn't able to make this one birthday. And again,
See,
we gotta
it's too
say this:
much.
we are not men bashing, because women do this too. So
Mhm.
on either side,
Right.
oh, she said, Nico said, as long as she didn't bust
Look,
his
long
windows.
as she didn't bust his
Well,
windows out,
now
I like
listen.
to live out your car. Okay.
he might have needed them.
Right.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, because I ain't gonna lie. My middle child's father, he got it. That was his baby. He loved his car. I don't care. He loved his car more than anything
Oh,
in the world. And he kept doing stuff to me. And one night I had too many things to drink. And baby, I went outside and pulled the windows up.
you should have
Okay.
got. You should have got the
And
3. You
stabbed
should
up
have got
all the
3 of them
tires.
4.
Back in
Listen,
I
my
was finna say, don't do all mine. Do 3. Don't do 4.
back
Right,
in
do
my
3.
day, we didn't bust windows out of cars. We put sugar in tanks.
Oh
there you go.
man. Put
There
bologna
you
on
go.
put bologna on
Yeah.
them. A
Yeah.
hot
I
They
did
day
it.
and some bologna on that paint. Oh man, I'm telling you.
I
And it's
did it.
another
put
one.
bologna
Some
on
golf
paint.
balls. Put some golf balls and tennis ball. No, it's a golf ball. Yeah, no. Them ping pong balls. Put them ping pongs in that tank. It's a lot you could do these days. Like,
Girl,
but you
I
know,
put 2 whole bags of sugar in the tank. 2 whole bags of sugar.
She- my best
Oh,
friend
Car
over here,
you
she
wasn't
said, "You talking
going
about messing up
nowhere.
somebody's car? You need some help?"
That
She
car
is silly.
wasn't going nowhere.
Listen, when I tell you, after I did them windows in them cars, I ain't never seen a man cry, but I saw a man cry that day. And all
I
he
know that's
kept
right.
saying is, "Why you had to mess up my car?" I said, "Why you had to keep
You know
messing
what,
up my car?"
ladies? It felt
Period.
good to finally get that out. And I'm gonna have to let my ex-husband know that I really did do what he suspected.
Ah,
After
now he already suspected.
Right. Hold up. Right.
Bologna on a hot day will peel the paint.
look, 30
Bologna on a hot day, peel
Eggs
the
and
paint on the
bologna.
car. I did not
Eggs and
know that.
bologna. Yes,
look,
it'll mess
it's
up the paint
been
on the car.
36
I know
years
eggs
since
will. That's because they always say if somebody egg your car to wash it off fast for the egg ruin the paint. But I didn't know
Look, it-
bologna.
girl, it's been 36 years since I've done that. And I'm gonna call him tonight
That
and let
man
him know
finna.
that
That man. You put sugar. You
He
put
about
2
to
bags.
say,
of
after all these years, you finally admitting this. Listen, we
Oh
got a
my
question
God.
in the chat. Emily says, "So, ladies, do you think after 3 strikes it's over? Have an ex who wants to come back knowing he messed up, saying it was his mistake? I should have been his wife. He said he changed. I don't know." Girl, listen. I'm gonna give you my answer and let them give you yours. I'm sorry. Yes, people can change, but people change for other people. Whatever they did to you is how they felt about you. And
Mhm.
that's not going to change. So if you was already in a relationship with this person and they did you dirty and y'all had to end because of that, that's that. Because that next person he was with, guess what? He did her a different way. Or maybe he did her the same, but he is who he is. And maybe he did change or he can change, but he ain't going to change for you. It's always going to be there. And you are always in the back of your mind going to remember what he did to you. So it's always going to be something there that's going to cause an issue. But that's just my 2 cents. What y'all think?
Girl, I'm not it. Go on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's over with on the strikes. It's over with. I mean, it's fine to give the one you love chances because we all want them to do better. But I kind of agree with Dawn. Like, and Dawn, you actually that made so much sense. Like, I get it now. Like, I really get it now. Like, that's you know, in a lot of different relationships. I'm like, that's why he done changed, but really not for me. You know, like he saw how he did me wrong, and but it's like once that's the norm between y'all, he know how much you're gonna keep putting up with. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like he always gonna go that mile that where he know right before you break that she'll put up with just this much. You know, because he's pushed you that far and he done got 3-4 strikes already.
Yeah.
So it's like he already know what it's like being with you, and he already know how far he can go with you. So a lot of guys just don't keep going that distance every time.
Mhm. Mhm.
My best friend like,
I don't
so
do
just be alone. No, don't be alone. Just don't be with him. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it right there. You ain't got to be alone.
yeah.
Just don't go back to him. It's
Right.
somebody out there for you, and that is not the one. You know, sometimes we keep going backwards when God is telling us to push forward.
Mhm.
You know, God is not the author of confusion. God is not going to put nothing in your life that's going to hurt you, harm you, or make you feel like you going crazy.
Right.
So
Right.
do not go backwards. Keep going forward.
Yeah.
Never turn around. Always look
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do the multiple strikes, no. And put it this way, depending on what it is. If it was cheating, you get there's no strikes. You out of there. Like that's me
If it's cheating,
always.
yeah, that's dead.
Yeah, that's like an
Yeah.
automatic, you out of there. You know, if it's
Yeah.
lying, you know, we could maybe like a strong maybe figure out why you lying. What's got, you know, because granted, some people some people are pathological liars and they just can't help it. But some people do have roots to why they might be
Mhm.
lying or deceitful with certain things. Like, because it could just be something. I had a guy one time I was dating. I was probably like 20. This was before I ever had kids. So I had to be maybe like 18, 19. And I met this guy. And he was probably like his mid to late 20s. And he was afraid to tell me that he had a son. So every time this little kid was around, he had already trained this kid to call him uncle, like the other kids, because the other kids was his nephew. So he would have his son calling him uncle and not dad whenever he was around me. And then one day, the son slipped down and was like, Dad. And I was like, what do you mean, Dad? You know, and then he had to come out and tell me. And so that was those situations where I just automatically, you know, just like, you know what? Yeah, you lied, this and that. I had to ask him, okay, well, why didn't you just tell me this up that you had a son? You know, he was like, well, you don't have kids. And, you know, most women, they run away from a man that's got a kid and this and this and this. I was like, all you had to do is just tell me you had a kid. Like, he always around us. So, you know, and so it was fine from there. Like, even to this day, almost 20 plus years later, his son is grown with his own kids now. We still friends, and I'm friends with the son. Like, so it's one of those
Uncle
things
Daddy.
where right. You just gotta look, and it's so funny because I teased his son one day. I was like, you remember when your dad had you call him uncle? But it's like you like, honesty is one of those things. But if it's like something that's really, I feel that's like inexcusable, like cheating or physical abuse or even mental abuse, I say don't do no strikes. You walk away and you keep it moving, because people will say they'll change, but they'll change for the moment. They're not going to
Right.
change for the longevity of it. Yeah, for the moment. That's it. Trust me. I dealt with a whole marriage that I ended up dealing with someone who was saying they were going to change, because I was trying to not be my typical me. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this whole, okay, we're gonna try this counseling. We're gonna try this, because we were in church. We were, you know, he had the deacons, I had the pastor wife, we had the women in the church, he had the men in the church, kind of guiding us along. And child, he basically told them people way to stick it. Look,
I'm glad you
was
came
a
on too,
mess.
Emily.
It was a whole mess, and he didn't change. And I ended up walking away, because then it became physical. And that was my absolute not like right there. No. So
Non-negotiable,
yeah,
yeah.
whatever
Mhm.
you didn't specifically say, Yeah, you didn't say what it was that he was trying to change, but if it's something that you feel like you cannot deal with long term, yeah, walk away. No do overs, no
Yeah, I
none of
was
that.
gonna say the
I always
last
tell
thing.
people no U turns.
None.
Yeah, the last thing I was gonna say is you
Mm-mm.
choose what you're willing to put up with. At the end of the day, whether that's lying, I wouldn't put up with no cheating. But if
Cheating,
that's
whatever.
cheating, if that's like
Yeah,
it's you got to choose that at some point because they don't showed you who they are. So yeah.
right.
And
Yeah.
Nico said something
And
really
I
good
think
in the
Nico
chat.
said that
Yeah,
too. We teach people how to
we
teach people
teach
how to treat
people
us.
how to treat us. What we
Mhm.
allow is what we have told that person we are okay with. Even if it's
Right.
unintentionally, that's what we do.
Mhm.
And that's why, you have to set your boundaries and stick to them no matter what.
Mhm.
And sometimes as humans, because not just women, men do it too. We want to be loved so bad. We want somebody to be with us so bad that we'll sort of kind of like keep bending our own rules. So before we realize that we done broke the whole stick in half and ain't no rules left, right? But we feeling drained, hurt, abused, and all this type of stuff. So again, no, if they didn't treat you right the first time, you respect yourself enough to know that they can't get a second time to hopefully do you right. You gonna keep moving forward to the person that is going to do you right. And sometimes you got to be alone for a little while, but it's all right because eventually that person is gonna come, and that's the season that I'm in right now. I know that there's somebody out there for me, but I'm in this season of my life. I'm not accepting nothing that I don't want to accept. And if you ain't giving me what I want and need, then I'm good. Keep it moving. I'm not bending no more, and I'm not going backwards.
This is a deep question. Okay, so what if the person that's showing you such behavior is your parent? How could or would you deal
Ooh.
with that? Woo. Mm.
Ooh,
Listen, this is
child.
how I feel. This is one thing I always said because I found myself when I became an adult, I found myself
That's deep.
having adults that wanted to still treat me as if I was a child. So I had to remind adults, we both grown. You respect me, I respect you. Vice versa, respect is due to a dog. So it's like if we not giving each other that respect, and if you're not showing me respect, you can't expect that from me. So I always say, sometimes as an adult, you just gotta walk away. Like, do we want to walk away from our parents? Huh? Oh, open the door. Child, what? My house is going rampant tonight. You got it. Michaela, come on, let this girl in the house. Sorry, y'all. They locked the door. Hurry up. Mile at the door trying to get in the house.
While she waiting to answer that, I feel like when it comes to parents, it's harder to let go, but abuse is abuse, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. And unfortunately, sometimes, even if it's a parent or a sibling, if you have done all that you could do, right? Or if they continue to show you who they are and they are not going to change, and that's now causing you emotional and physical and mental abuse, you have to walk away. That don't mean you don't love them, right? You love them, but you got to love them from afar because, again, you have to be the most important person to you. I always said that I knew if I didn't become a different person that my children would have fully walked away from me and I would have never had the chance to be in my wonderful grandkids' lives. And all I could do was respect them for that. Because again, I know now today that they have to choose themselves and their children's peace. And so if I'm bringing havoc to them, they don't have no choice but to walk away and give their children peace. So for me, parent or not, if they causing you harm in some way, you got to walk away and just love them from afar and take care of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you come first. Above all else, you come first.
Yeah, that is a question though, for sure. It's crazy. I mean, when it's a parent, it's like, oh man, like you said, you have love for them, but it's like a love from afar type thing. You know, like you have to branch off and live your own life. Like you have to. Um,
Mhm.
no, I've said this all the time. Nobody's living your life for you. There's a lot of people that feel this way when it comes to parents, and it's like at some point you just got to be able to pack it up, call it what it is, and leave it where it's at. I
Mhm.
mean, you can't change nobody that don't want to be changed or don't see that they need to be changed. So
Right.
I mean, what you ain't nobody living that person life for them either. So you can only look after you. It's
Mhm.
hard, but it's doable. I mean, your parent grew up and moved out of their parents' house and had their whole family. Like that's what growing up in generations and all that. Like that's exactly what it
Mhm.
is. Whether there's abuse there or not, everybody grows up, moves out, and does their own thing. You know, like it's just what you're supposed to do in life in general. So I mean, it sucks that it has to be in a toxic way or there's toxic energy there, but in hindsight, I mean that's just what living life and growing up and being an adult and moving on and doing your own thing really is. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
even as an adult, like even though that's your parent, you still have to set those boundaries. You have to put those boundaries because I had, even and my dad might be watching. If you watching, hey, how you doing? I set boundaries on you too, sir. But no,
I know
like,
that's right.
I, yeah, you have to set boundaries because sometimes we get so used to going to our parents for everything, going to them when we have this issue and that issue, and then they give us our opinion, do things the way they feel we should, then it becomes this debate or this argument or back and forth. And it's like now it's like you have to set that when you're making decisions that's going to affect your life, the life that you have to live as an adult. Sometimes you can't tell that parent everything that's, because it has to be your sole decision. So if
Yeah.
you have to put the boundary with that parent, if they're being disrespectful, if they're being whatever they're being, know that it's not something that you have to tolerate or have to deal with. They're going to always be your parent no matter what. But as an adult and someone that lives independently in society, you have to, move forward in life knowing that you've been the best child to that parent, that they're just being a parent. And then honestly, really gets mental health week. So we also have to remember as our parents get older, place in society, because as they get older, they get lost. They get to that
Mhm.
retirement age. Some of them get to some of them retire and they don't know what to do. They're just sitting at home. They watching, like, look, my mama's sitting at home, she watching. I know her whole TV schedule better than
You and us
you
doing
know, and
stories.
they yeah.
Mhm. I know so
Yeah.
I know this person. That's my best friend, y'all. That's my best friend, love her to life. And honestly, I'm glad y'all spoke some words of wisdom to her because it's really hard when you're a black woman and you have that dynamic that you have a black mother and then you have a black daughter and then that just toxic dynamic that happens with us sometimes and getting out of that cycle. So I know just her even opening up and just trying to get words of wisdom is like the first step because it's hard to break that period. It's hard to get over that. So it's just like I hope she takes this and can apply it to her life. She heard it from different people because I'm always trying to tell her, but like hearing it from different people in different walks of life. And I know Miss Yvette, hey, I know what it's like having a mom that ain't, she ain't got the best interest for you all the time,
Right.
and that having that
Right.
tough dynamic. So it's
Right.
just it's a lot of people out here like that. And I mean, I'm grateful enough that I have a decent kind of relationship with my mom. It hasn't always been that way, but it eventually got that way and we just kind of did our own thing and we kind of worked on ourselves and now we are where we are. But not everybody, my mom was willing to do that though, you know what I mean? Not everybody is in that state and able to do these things. So it's just real tough, like when it comes to that parent and then it being your main parent. Don't let it be a single mother, which it is in her case. So it's like there's a lot on that single parent. She has a little bit of entitlement because, oh, I took care of you and then I did it by myself. It's so much that go into it that it's like, I just hope anybody that's in this situation finds a way to break out of it, and because it's a codependency, you know what I mean? It's a big codependency type thing, and I just hope anybody in this situation finds their way out of it, without it destroying them in the process, you know what I mean? Because I mean, staying in it is destroying you already, you know. So it's like getting out of it, you'll see is brighter on the other side and able to live your life and loving those people from afar. So
You know,
yeah.
you made a valuable point. I do know what that is like, you know, from my mother, and I also know what it's like. So I'm going to tell your friend now what it is like from being a mother. When you set those boundaries, we're okay. We will learn to be okay. I have three grown kids. They're 42, 39, and 36. And once my kids set those boundaries, it made me open my eyes to say, you know what? I did my part. I raised them to get to this point. Let them and respect their decisions, you know, their boundaries. If they don't talk to me for a month or whatever, respect that. It might hurt like hell, but respect that. Now I have an awesome relationship with my children. I respect
Mhm.
their boundaries. I respect, you know, I'll give you now I don't know your friend's situation, but I'll give you an example. I've been here in Ohio at my daughter and son-in-law's house since November. I came a month before the grandbaby was born, and this is my daughter's first child. So being that mother, that grandmother, I want to protect. I want to protect her. I want to protect the baby. I know how I did things, you know. And the first week that she came home, I just wanted to, it's like I wanted to mother her and mother her child for her. But
Mhm.
then I sat back and I just observed my daughter. And whatever decisions she sets for her child, I'm like, okay, you know, she just told me the other day, um, okay, mom, we're going to change the sleep schedule because the grandbaby was sleeping with me every night, Sunday through Thursday, so that my son-in-law could get sufficient sleep, you know, and um be fresh for work the next morning. So my daughter, you know, she realized, okay, she's getting ready to go back to work this month and they need and I'm leaving next month. So they need to we need to change some things. And as much as it hurts me not to sleep with that little beautiful baby, I had to respect my daughter's decision
Mhm.
because one, it makes sense, you know, and that's her child. So like I said, I don't know what your friend is experiencing, but we will be her parent will be okay. You
Mhm.
have to do what is best for you. My daughter had to do what was best for her and her child and her husband. So you have to do what's best for you.
Yep.
Absolutely. And even
Ooh,
Emily had
yeah.
made a comment. She had just got out the hospital because of stressing behind her kids. Sometimes as parents, we have to let go of those children too sometimes,
Hmm.
right? And I got to keep saying this, it don't mean that you don't love them. You do love them enough to let
Hmm.
them go. Because if they're harming you, there's no way for you to be there for them or anyone else.
Hmm.
And so when it gets to the point that that child is doing whatever, whether it's being disrespectful or they're out doing whatever they're doing in the street and they're trying to bring it into your space, you know, it's okay to say, listen, no, I'm not allowing
Hmm.
this. This is not what I'm going to allow. And until you do A, B, and C, or you are, you know, understand that this is what's not going to happen in my house, you can't come here anymore.
Hmm.
Right? Even with the sad story, you can't come here. No, don't call me. I'm not coming to get you. We've had this discussion, you know. And again, it's okay to not, you know, I hate to say this, two of my children had some situations in their lives, and you know, they ended up in jail for a little while. And I was very adamant about, I'm not coming to see you. I'm not sending no money. You did what you did. You knew better. And now you're going to reap the consequences. It don't mean that I don't love you, but I didn't do nothing to go to jail. So why do I got to spend time in jail?
Hmm.
And now I know there are many parents who wouldn't do that. But for me, that set a boundary that they know If I mess around, my mother is not riding it out with me. I'm not, because you know better. You know what I'm saying? You have enough. But again, even with, something for some time, my past of, using drugs all those years ago, I had to finally come to my kids one day and say, listen, we need to I had to allow them to have the conversation with me about things that hurt them during that time. Now, it didn't happen right away because I was stubborn. I didn't want to hear it. Don't worry. It wasn't that bad. But when I eventually allowed them to have that conversation and explain to me and express to me, you hurt of me. This, I didn't like when you did this. When, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hurted me to hear that, but it allowed us to be in a space where I could respect them and they could now respect me. And I allowed them that space. But again, we each have boundaries, them and me. They know you can't come to my house wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain things they know that you can't come to my house and do. And they know certain things you can't say to me. And I know certain things that I can't say or do to them. You know what I mean? But it's all about respect on either end. So whether it's the child or the parent, if they causing you, like we've all, I think, said, they breaking your peace, putting you in the hospital, having you stressed out every day. But it seemed like they out here just living their life and you in the house wondering how you going to do this and this and that. It's time to love them from afar.
Yeah.
And like Miss Yvette Renee said, they're going to be all right. And they'll figure it out eventually. Vernon Lee said,
you wanted to be Granny's baby, or they keep your life hostage? What's going on?
They said, Vernon Lee said, you are so right, but my grandbaby is 4 and she still sleeps with me. My daughter said that's Granny's baby.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Okay. Good night. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. All right. So,
we got.
You want a hug? Okay, you can have a hug.
Oh.
All right. I know. Look, the babies want a hug. So, all right. Make sure the baby gone because we finna look at shirtless man.
Oh, is he
Look at that. Look, I'm gonna get a sip for this one.
It's time for a little sexy man. Oh, I had to make sure this man here had his shirt.
Please tell me he ain't got no shirt on. Please.
Let me see. Dawn might fall. She might fall, child. She might fall.
Dawn, you sit down. Oh,
she might fall like
that. Don't leave now, y'all. Don't leave now.
Hey, Judy. Okay, now. Okay, stick it. Wait a minute.
Ready to go now? Yes.
Oh, so this is what you was talking about. Okay.
Look, I gotta put us over here, so I need to see the whole picture. Yeah, this man. Look at Sonny. You examine.
Look, I'm talking about up and down. Hold on. I'm buying whatever he's selling.
Jesus.
Right.
This is our sexy man of the week, Mr. Shamar Moore. You know, he is an amazing actor. That was my recommendation. Yeah, McKay, my oldest daughter recommended Shamar Moore for our sexy man. Right? What do you know about Shamar Moore? You know?
He is fine.
And he is getting ready to come back to The Young and the Restless as his character Malcolm Winters. If he hasn't already come back, I know I saw that he was going to be returning on there. He's been in a lot of.
Who is this person? This episode, isn't he on crack? Who is he?
Oh, no,
who's talking about a man like that?
That's Carmen, y'all.
Carmen, no.
Do not disrupt.
He is not on. And no, he actually got brown eyes. Shamar Moore don't have no pretty eyes. I mean, he got that sexy eyebrow. You know,
She
he be
talking.
doing
She's
that
saying
little-
the other dude, the person she's thinking of, got green eyes.
Oh, she must be thinking about. I don't know who she's thinking about. What light skinned dude
Yeah,
with
I
the
don't
pretty
know.
eyes is on crack?
Mm.
It might be
I
my
had to
cousin.
come
He
on
running
over
around
here.
here. I don't know.
Unless she talking about the one guy.
Wait,
is one guy used
allegedly,
to play guitar.
allegedly,
Allegedly.
allegedly, allegedly.
Oh,
Right, we're
the
gonna
one
say
that used to be
allegedly.
on Grey's Anatomy that had the green eyes. Talking about him.
Allegedly.
We talking about him. We
Allegedly.
talking about Shamar right now.
Right.
Right, hold
Don't be trying
on.
to
You
beat
took
me
our
around,
focus off of this nice.
I'm
First
sorry because
movement.
it said crack, and I'm like, what? Hold up, don't be.
Crack is whack.
Hey, come on, Carly. Dang, I'm trying to look at
I'm still looking at the V lines because
Baby, I
Yeah.
would kiss all those.
Shamar Moore actually, you remember he used to host Soul Train back from like what from 99, I think, to like the early 2000s. He hosted Soul Train. He also has been in a lot of different. My favorite, like I think one of his. I don't know. I think he did a pretty good role in Diary of a Mad Black Woman, but baby, that braided wig.
that braided wig.
That braided wig.
Was a mess.
Yeah.
I was too busy looking at everything else, so I don't.
3 words. That braided wig. Like
Nico
But
said,
he's
even the
been in a
dog
lot
agrees
of
crack is whack.
he's been in a lot of our black movies, black or urban movies. You know, he's
Yeah.
been
he was their go-to for a long time. I love that. I love that for
he
him.
was like one of the go-tos for a lot of movies. And then one of his more famous and more roles that kind of spread him across the whole thing was that SWAT show.
Oh, yeah.
TV series. So
Loved
that kind
him
of
on SWAT.
that
Mhm.
kind
was
of
so sad
made him cross what do you
Yeah.
call it? You know, where
John
his
Crossover.
audience wide and
Yeah.
people knowing who
His
he was.
crossover, yeah.
Because now everybody
Yeah.
started loving. Ooh, Shamar Moore.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is he married?
He is not married, but did he get married? Let me see.
Oh,
I
Wait,
don't
is he straight?
I don't think they officially
right.
got
You gotta
married.
ask these things.
He does have a
straight?
partner.
Oh
Huh?
Lord. God.
No, he has a female partner. They just had a baby.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
he had
okay.
his-
Because
he had
I
his
was
first-
about to be disgusted.
Well, then that means he can still give a ring to me. Anyway.
No, oh wait, hold on, wait. You know, I look at Wikipedia. Hold on. It says,
Ah!
let me see. On January 9th, 23, he announced the due date of his first child with his girlfriend, Desiree Dijon. The couple's daughter was born January 2023. In January of 2025, it was reported that they were no longer involved. So he might be single right now. Child.
Hey, now.
Shamar. Come
I
here.
don't mind men with kids as long as you take care of them.
Come through, sir.
You know what? I did not know that movie Half Plenty was his first. I didn't know that was his first acting movie. So there's this movie I absolutely love. It came out in 97 called Half Plenty. It's a really good movie. Like if you I don't even know how to explain that movie. It's kind of like a romantic comedy type movie, but if you never seen it before, I say watch it just because I just said go watch it. But I didn't know that was his first movie. The guy who directed that movie and starred in it, Chris Sherroll, I actually know him. I follow him on that's when I found that movie and started watching it. I went straight to Instagram and started following him, and we became friends. So there you have it.
I know that's right.
But no, it's a really good movie. And funny, and it shows like his beginning acting stage, because then right behind that he was in the movie The Brothers with who was that? Morris Chestnut.
Morris Chestnut, yeah.
and I forgot who else was in that movie with him. Oh, Bill Bellamy, where he was supposed to be getting married and he got cold feet.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's done quite a few different things. So yeah, this is our sexy man of the week. So to Wednesday, I'm gonna have a different shirtless picture of this man. All right. New music alert. So honestly, this is not really a new song, but this song has been stuck in my head for the last couple months since it came out. Kalani Folded. Come pick up your clothes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am
Love that
I
song.
was like, girl, I ain't folding nothing. Come get this pound of clothes. You being
I'm
way
not
too
even putting it in
polite.
a bag. It's out on the lawn.
Look,
Right.
I'm not
You
even
talking about
putting them
folding
in a
some
bag.
clothes, girl. I'm putting them clothes
Matter
right
of fact,
here.
I'm burning them up.
Dawn said I'm burning them.
So,
Oh,
not
y'all old
burning
school
them.
with it for real.
Dog. Okay, left eye. You burning up
Depend
clothes?
on depend on what they did for me to be ready to put them out. I did. Listen, I used to damage some stuff. I ain't care. I was
You know
breaking,
what?
ripping, burning.
I'm sitting here listening, y'all.
I was
I'm
one of
learning
those.
something tonight. Out of all four of us, I'm the only one that is non-destructive. It sounds
I haven't distracted anybody's items. Well,
okay. So
yeah.
me
No.
and Sonny is like the non-destructive because I haven't did nothing to nobody's car. I ain't bust no
haven't.
windows, no tires.
No
I ain't burnt no
tires.
clothes up.
I
ain't
haven't
did none
burned
of
any
that.
clothes, but I did douse them
I-
with bleach.
but-
Dang.
Yep, I didn't did.
Let me
Yep,
tell.
me too.
Hold on.
I
Let
don't
me
change.
make y'all
I have
laugh.
changed. I wouldn't
I
do
don't
it now. I'm
change.
just gonna walk away. I'm not. I have
Hold on.
changed.
Let me make y'all laugh. So my brother, he got best friend. My brother is 50, but he's been friends with all of his friends since they was kids and teenagers. And one of his friends, like they like brothers to me. So one of his best friends ended up getting married at some point. He was married, and then he ended up having a motorcycle accident that caused him to basically his neck, was affected. He had to wear a halo and all that stuff, and he uses a wheelchair now. So through that whole process, of course, you married, you expect the wife to be doing what she need to do for her husband. Like he's out of the hospital, he's home, but of course, so he found out while he dealing with all this stuff and going through all this stuff, she just cheated on him.
Oh,
and when he found out she cheated on him, he was like, I got something for her. And he was like, so he called me. He was like, man, I gotta tell you what I did. Why he said he took every kind of spray he could think of in the house, bug spray, air freshener, pine sol, bleach. He sprayed the seats of all her underwear with all the stuff. And she didn't know it. He like sprayed it, dried it, and put it back. So she ended up thinking because she's cheating, she thinking she done got an STD because she having female issues down there. No, baby. You cheating on me? Okay, well, you about to find out what happened when you
Done gave that lady a chemical burn. Lord.
Listen, and I
goodness.
don't think to this day she know that he did that. To this day,
well,
she don't know. She don't know because she don't know. I don't know her like that, so she don't follow me on social media. And this was a long time ago. But look,
I ain't never heard of that.
That's different.
He talking about sent her straight to the clinic. I was like, you is a fool. But he divorced her and all that stuff. But it's just like when I'm hearing like the car stuff and all this, I'm like, dang, y'all some destructive folks.
I have never.
I thank God for Jesus because I saved now, so I wouldn't do nothing like
Yeah, I
that.
ain't
Look,
never.
now y'all go look.
I just gonna walk away.
Now
gonna walk
everybody
away.
that's
I
out here
just gonna walk
cheating gonna be
away.
checking their undergarments.
No, for real.
Underwear.
Smell them first, ladies. Well, wash them. Hell, even if they've
Right,
been
'cause
in the
it
cabinet,
smell like
in
bug
the drawer,
spray.
just
Don't
wash
put it
them.
Oh, listen, I was getting ready to say something. All that stuff he sprayed on there, she didn't smell that when
Right.
she picked her underwear up.
Okay, can
Like, girl, what
No,
was you
because he
doing?
dried it. Like he sprayed it on there, and then he was like he dried it so it wasn't wet and
Still,
everything.
bug
And he just
spray?
put it back. I guess she probably
That
she
still
probably
would have
thought he was
smelled.
spraying something. You know, it's Florida, so we got all kind of stuff flying, mosquitoes and everything. She could have thought he was spraying a bug or something. Who knows?
Ain't
Lord.
nobody listen. Now if I get in a relationship, I'm locking
And
the
if he did it
underwear
with air
drawer.
freshener, it just smelled like a fragrance. So you know,
Right.
Ooh,
but that's
that
crazy.
Tootsie ain't been right since.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
Oh,
So
Lord.
on Wednesday, finally, I cannot wait to talk to Miss Daisy. Wednesday for our entrepreneur spotlight, we're gonna have Miss Daisy Marshall. She's gonna be talking to us about brown kids with disabilities. I can't wait because I just jumped into the arena of homeschooling an autistic ADHD senior. Okay, I need help, Miss Daisy. I need help. I need to. So Wednesday we're gonna have her on the show, and what else? Wednesday we are also going to be talking about National Women and Girls HIV and AIDS Awareness, because that is going to be on March the 10th. But of course, you know, we don't have a show tomorrow, so we're going to talk about it on Wednesday. And me and Dawn definitely gonna deep dive into it. We're gonna have some stats and stuff for y'all.
Period.
Because this is important for us, for ladies, because women right now we are becoming the top of the statistics list. Like we gotta handle this. We gotta get us ladies together.
Yeah.
We cannot be at the top of this list. We don't want the list to be a list at all, but
Right.
since it is a list, we don't want to be at the top. We want to
Right.
make sure we talk about this. And then also it is really high in the African American community. So that is definitely a focus that we got to talk about. So we'll do all that on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep. Any final words from any of you ladies before we get out of here for the night?
Check your underwear.
Yeah.
And two,
Do the sniff test. You better
Listen.
listen.
Okay. Well,
I'm
thank you
definitely
everybody
gonna
for
say
coming. That's what I gotta say.
wait a minute.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go and watch
Right.
the replay.
And on Wednesday,
Right.
on Wednesday, I will reveal my other destructive mood.
Oh,
Oh,
now I can't wait. Oh, now I'm ready to. Oh, she been unload some.
Am I gonna need to take notes?
Look, I need to
Absolutely.
maybe I need to give my ex-husband a warning first, and check the check
baby.
the
If he your
check the
friend too,
look and check the statute of limitations in Illinois.
Oh, that part.
Let's check that first, because
make sure you
Look, check that first. But hey, and if it's not time yet, just message me personally. Anyway, let's because I need the deets.
Tell us about it in our personal chat.
right.
Ooh,
But
tune in
thank y'all for
Wednesday.
coming through, commenting,
Thank
being
you,
vulnerable
Nico.
tonight. You know, just supporting us. We really appreciate it. We love y'all to
Right.
life. So
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
we love doing
yes.
this.
Nico, thank you so much for coming. We are on every Monday and Wednesday at 7:00. So please make sure you follow us. Follow
Feel
us
like
on the
what they be
One
saying.
Girls Talk page.
Thank
or
y'all for
just,
coming out.
Be up on my page.
Yeah.
I got you, girl.
Oh yeah. Look how they close it out. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.